I mean, the Scottish kind of, and I mean, European drinking scene kind of goes hand in hand with a show that you're joining with Pirates.
Oh,
the
yeah.
One Piece.
Yeah.
I mean, Pirates and drinking has has gone back. I mean, you look at the Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp,
God.
always a bottle of rum. But I just crushed the entire first season before he came on.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yeah, loved it. It's
Yeah,
it's
cool.
kind of like
Cheers.
it's kind of a combination of like Uncharted, the video game, if you know it, and like Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah, okay.
mixed with some other like TV shows you can throw in there.
Yeah, that's cool. That I've never played. I'm not much of a video game guy, but I've seen the Uncharted. Did they not make a movie?
The movie, yeah, with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I did the same when I had no idea A, that it was a show, or B, how big it was.
Yeah.
And then I got the job, and I didn't know what character I was playing. I didn't know anything about the universe. And it wasn't until I got the job, still didn't know what character I was playing because everything had to be real under wraps. And got there, learned who I was playing, and it's this character called Smoker who smokes 2 cigars at once and rides this gnarly, it's called a billower bike, but it's a trike motorbike, and it looks like a Harley with 3 wheels, and it just blows smoke out the back while this guy smokes
awesome.
2 cigars at once. And I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. That was one of those. I've done a bunch of shows, and some characters cooler than others. This one I was like, all right, yeah, I can do this.
So did you watch the first season of when you let me ask you this way, when you join a new or a show that's already had a season or two, do you watch that entire first season or the entire show, or does it depend on what your character kind of knows or would know in the show?
I guess so. For One Piece, there's the live action, which is made with real actors and real people and real stunts and stuff. And there's an anime version, which there's 1,000 episodes of. So there's in the 3 weeks that I had to pack up my stuff in Nashville, work out who's going to look after the dog and where I'm going to keep my car and all that.
Yeah.
I went to South Africa for 3 months. So between all that,
that's where it was filmed.
Yeah,
cool.
So between all that, I watched the season 1 of the live action, and then I kind of flicked through the anime a little bit. I kind of raced through it to scenes that Smoker was in, just to try and get an idea for the character. And then when I got there, I started watching the anime from the beginning. But I'm on episode 80 of 1,000, so it's probably going to take me years. But I have a baby as well, so I'm like, I can't just sit and watch cartoons all day. Maybe when she's old enough to watch it, then we can sit and watch them together.
It's not really a kid's show though, at least not the Netflix one. Like you kind of, I don't know how, I haven't watched the manga yet, but it kind of looks like it could be. And then in the first episode, dude's getting chopped in half. I'm like, oh shit, that's the type of show this is.
Yeah. It's hard to, it's kind of it's got that kind of almost like Harry Potter-esque, where it's kind of kids love it, but also you can watch it as an adult and not feel like you're watching Bluey.
Yeah.
Do you know what Bluey is?
I've heard of it.
You'll meet Bluey whenever either you have a kid or one of your siblings has a kid or your best friend. It's this cartoon blue dog with an Australian accent.
Oh.
And he's just raising the next generation. The kids love him.
Is this
kind of like the Barney of today?
Is this like a sequel to Blue's Clues?
No, it might. I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's. We didn't. I don't know if we had Blue's Clues in the UK, but yeah. Anyway, I can't remember the original point, but Bluey is. Oh yeah, that you can watch it as an adult, and it has a huge adult following as well. I think that's the coolest thing about all those Japanese shows is that, and it's definitely crept across to the UK, the US in the last 15, 20 years, but it's adult cartoons,
right?
Whereas you get King of the Hill, and
Simpsons,
Archer,
South Park.
and South Park's a good one. But yeah, so it's just so well written, so well thought out, and the TV show has just unlimited resources to make an awesome show, and I think they did.
Yeah, I love the first season of the Netflix show.
Who was your fave character?
I like the drive behind the main character, but he annoys the hell out of me sometimes. Just with how silly he is, and I'm like
always happy, always positive.
He's always too fucking happy.
Dude, talk about the casting of a lifetime. First of all, for the actor and for the show, like he and tell me if I'm talking too much about TV because
No,
we can get onto
music and
anytime.
entertainment. I wanted to talk about the Netflix side.
Okay, so he's a really really awesome dude, and he's joining the biggest show on Netflix in the world or something in 2024 as the lead character. I think he was about 19 when he took the role, but it has this huge cult following where like if he goes to Japan, he'll never have to buy a beer for himself. Like he's a legend over there already. Yeah. But for the show, if you look at the anime and then match it side by side with who they cast, it's like, of course it's that guy.
Yeah.
Like he's the perfect casting. There's like some slight differences, but like he looks perfect for that role.
Yeah.
As do like all the other casts. So I don't know what they're going to say about me, but
I really like the samurai.
Oh yeah,
he was badass.
Yeah, he's an awesome character, and he does all those stunts with the swords on his own. Which is really
he does
cool.
it on his own.
Yeah,
that's sick.
So, yeah, I've bbeen under strict instructions not to talk about specifics of season 2, but there's some insane things happening in season 2.
Do you know when it comes out? Has it been announced?
No, they're still filming it.
They're still filming it.
I did basically all of my filming requirements over our summer, which was their winter, but they're still going because it's all based on location. So you can get if you have 3 episodes in this location, you'll film all 3 there, and then you might have to wait a month until they move on to the next place. So
okay,
it's it doesn't shoot like episode 1, scene 1,
right?
It's kind of all over the place.
How many episodes are you in? Can you say?
I don't know if I can.
Because the way they teased it was like you were going to be a major character in season 2.
He's definitely. I mean, yeah. I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but I don't want to get in trouble. So I think he's. He's a pretty big character in the manga and in the anime. So I think it reflects that.
Sweet.
And I'm going to leave it there before I get in trouble.
No worries. We can always cut something if you said something.
Yeah. I'll tell you after.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll send you the episode before we put it out, too, just in case you're like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I tell you after, and then you just like turn the camera back on. So he's actually in.
Yeah. When I clip it, I'll just put the over font.
Yeah, it's. Oh, my God. But yeah, amazing job. One of my favorite acting jobs of all time, and maybe my favorite job. Yeah, maybe my favorite acting job I've done so far.
That's awesome. It was cool kind of how they went to like a different pirate throughout each episode too, or almost each episode.
Yeah.
Like especially for the first couple episodes, they were fighting the clown guy was wild. Yeah. I was like, this is getting crazy now.
Oh man. I got to work with Jeff's the guy that plays Buggy the Clown.
That's it, yeah.
Oh my God, what a guy. I really, really like Jeff. I'm glad I was in South Africa at the same time as him because we had a blast.
That's cool.
Me and Jeff. But yeah, he kills that part. Unbelievable. I think he's pretty much everyone's, he's a big fan favorite.
Yeah. Did you have any scenes like on the ships? Like how did they film the ship scenes? Were they on actual ships or were they a set that they CGI the rest of it? Or
they're pretty much real ship. It's a mixture because there's sometimes that a lot of it's in a studio.
Yeah.
Especially the indoor scenes, but they have huge studios, so it's not like, some studios are just like, all the cameras are on one side and it's just almost like a background.
Right.
Whereas their studios are like, if there's a bar in a scene, they build a whole bar on the lot. So
it's giant soundstage type thing.
Yeah, or sometimes there's just a perfect location outside of the studios that they'll go. I know that they use the real coastline and stuff like that. We had online ships and which are basically just real ships just on wooden stilts.
Yeah.
And then there was hydraulic ships that could go up and down. And
that's sick.
I actually don't know if they ever got out onto the water when I was there, but I'm sure they will at some point.
That's cool. The way it was shot was really cool too. Like, cause it almost looks like how the Disney animation movies are shot, but it's also so different than Disney.
Yeah. Because
of like, it's more, I mean, I guess Disney's doing more adult content too, but it has that really live action type of vibe. But like the way the colors are shot and edited, it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
The way it was shot.
Yeah. I was so impressed. I think, I'm so glad that I even got the job because I wouldn't have known that it existed, probably.
I'm glad that we got the interview. So then when I looked up, when Don was telling me about the Netflix shows, and I looked it up, I was like, oh, this is sick. And then I watched it in like 2 nights. I think I was grinding.
Hell yeah.
I was up till like 3 a.m. I was like, oh shit, I have an interview tomorrow.
Don was a fan when he was growing up. He
Really?
watched the cartoon, the anime, yeah.
That's
so
cool.
he was like, what the hell? You're playing Smoker? Like, that's unreal. I grew up watching that guy.
That's unreal.
So yeah, I'm excited for it to come out. But like everything in the music and TV industry, it's going to be a while, I think.